Good evening friends. Today we will discuss about an origin of an English phrase. The phrase is called daylight robbery. Now typically you would use this with the meaning of unfair trade, right? The Oxford English Dictionary describes daylight robbery as the meaning is robbing the victim in broad daylight. Say for example, the shopkeeper is charging $20 for a $2 item. This is like daylight robbery. Okay, so this typically means brazen cheating, unfair trade, where you are basically cheating a particular party. Okay, we will look at the origin of this word. You will be amazed to know daylight robbery has a literal meaning when the word originated. In the year 1696, William III of England actually created a scenario which had a literal implication of literal origination of this word. He robbed people of their daylight. It's very strange, right? How can you do that? Now, what he did was he introduced progressive income tax. Now, progressive income tax is very common in today's parlance. It means that if you have a higher income, you would need to pay a higher tax. In contemporary English society at that point of time, revealing the income was taken like intrusion to privacy. So people did not want to reveal income. In order to introduce progressive income tax, he used a very interesting method. He said that if your building or if your house has more number of windows, you will have to pay a higher tax. Which means that honestly, if your income is rich, you will have a bigger house. That bigger house will have more number of windows, and hence you would have to pay a higher tax. Now, as a result of which, when he did this, people tried to close some of their windows, as in some groups of the people tried to close their windows in order to reduce the with bricks and all, in order to reduce the total number of windows and to reduce this tax. And this became very little unpopular also. People thought that William III was robbing them of their daylight, air and daylight, and that is how it originated, daylight robbery. Now interestingly, this window tax, this tax was called window tax. This was not introduced only in England. In 17th century, as in 1696 it got introduced in England. In 1700s it got introduced in Scotland, and it got introduced in France as well. Now this window tax had a direct impact on the architecture of the buildings. Still today you will be able to see buildings in England and France where you will see that you have provision for windows, but those are covered with bricks. This happened because introduction of this tax. This tax continued for a long period of time. Towards 1850s, there was a protest against this kind of tax, and on 24th July 1851, this window tax was abolished. And this is how daylight robbery came. William III wanted to rob them of their daylight. Today, it is used in a figurative sense. I hope you liked it. And before I end my video, I would like to give a little bit of credit, as in some of the channel followers, some of my friends are actually following this channel. The content or the lead for today's content has come from one of my friends, Saptarshi Biswas. Thank you, Saptarshi, for helping me out. It's very encouraging for me to get topics or leads from you. And it goes as in I am encouraged because at least a handful of people are following the channel. If you like the content, do subscribe to my channel and share it across your different social networks. Press the bell icon to receive notifications. Thank you. If somebody says that you have been as in daylight robbery has happened, say that it can't, because daylight window tax has got abolished in 1850. Thank you. That's all.